This is a video on how to use your graphing calculator to do descriptive statistics calculations. So that's commonly what we talk about, when we talk about the mean, the median, quartiles, etc. And also how to use the calculator soup site. So it's the first link right here, and you're just going to click on that and it'll take you right there. And it's a great site. It's better than the calculator actually, so I strongly encourage using it. It does more things than the calculator does, and it's a visual way of seeing how these calculations are done, so that it also explains to you how they are done. And you're not going to need to memorize that, but it really does a good job of showing everything. So let's say we had this set of data, and we wanted to use our TI-84 to do this. You're going to start off on the stat key. How about that? Also second list. So both of those we're going to use. Anyway, you're going to go stat and then edit. And you want to delete out anything that you see up here. Just delete them, all those headings out of there. Those are your lists. And you're going to create two lists. You're going to create L1, second function L1. Don't type the letter L in the number 1. Press enter and it's going to put it up here. And if there's stuff in there, don't worry about it yet. And then second function L2. Press enter and it'll throw L2 up there. So how to erase lists. Don't sit there and delete them one by one. Just press clear. Make sure you're highlighted down the list and down arrow and it'll delete it out. Press clear and down arrow. So I'm going to enter all of this list of numbers on this, and you do the same thing on calculator soup. You'd enter it all in, and the nice thing is there's just one little button to press on calculator soup. Here you got to do a couple of different things. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 75s, a 79, an 81, an 83, an 84, an 84, an 87. 2 89s, a 92, and a 95. Now I should have actually entered those in all messed up. If you should have a set of data that's all messed up and you want to order it, there's something that you can do. Okay, and you go second list. So there's the lists that have been created. You go over to ops and you choose sort ascending or sort descending. Okay, so if I choose sort ascending, now I just have to pick L1. So I do second function L1, insert it in there, and it will do it. So let's say, I'll go back here to show you how it indeed will work. Let's say I put 40 at the end here, and I'll erase it from the beginning. You can see how it will sort it. It will insert it. Okay, so there it is. We're going to go second list again, over to ops, sort ascending, and then choose L1. Bam, done. So now when you go back in here, it's back at the top. So sort ascending, very nice. And actually calculator soup doesn't have that. So learn how to sort your data. So how do you calculate? You go back to stat. So everything happens through stat. You go over to calc. You choose one bar stats and make sure your list, clear it out, and do second L1. Make sure you're choosing the L1 that's behind the 1 and press enter. Now, don't pick anything for the frequency list. That's going to be, undo that alpha there. I guess it's the alpha key. There we go. Make sure there's nothing there. And now you're going to go to calculate, and it's going to calculate all your one bar stats. So there's the mean at the top. Now this is the sum right here, 14, 15, and then the count is 18. So 14, 15 over 18 is 78.6. We don't need to use the sum of the squares. That's in a certain standard formula deviation. Anyway, the sample standard deviation, 12.3, the population standard deviation, 11.9. Typically, we use the SX, the sample. And now all the box set of values. So the min, the first quartile, the second quartile, which is the median, the third quartile, and the max. Now what this doesn't do is the range, and it doesn't do the mode. Okay, so calculator soup very nicely does that. So here's the calculator soup site, which you again can get by just choosing that link, and you would just simply enter everything in. So 40, I deleted the one where I had it all set to go. So you'll have to watch me do the 72, 72, 4 75s, 3, 4, and 79, 81, 83. You definitely want to check things out after you get everything entered in. 84, 84, 87, 89, 89, 92, 95. So you get it all put in, and then you simply hit calculate, and there it is. And you can see indeed that it's throwing the same set of values at you in a little bit different organization, but it does do the range, and it does tell you the mode, which that's obvious to see. It gives you the sample standard deviation. It gives you the quartiles. Yeah, and an outlier. Okay, that's nice that it generates that too of 40. So I really like this. It does a frequency table, explains everything over there. It's just a very good descriptive statistics calculator. If you entered things out of order, I don't see anywhere on here where there's a way of getting it in order. I guess when it does the frequency table, it would tell you there's the order. So in a way, it does do the order. So that's how you can use the calculator soup site and the TI-84 to crunch out statistics.